Hey, this is Commander Bacon with His Way Homestead, and I'm going on a camping trip. Stick around, I'll tell you all about it. So I'm part of a ministry for boys, and it's called Royal Rangers. And along with that is another portion of the ministry, which is Frontiersman Camping Fellowship. And it is like a mountain man rendezvous reenacting portion of Royal Rangers. So that's what this camp is. It's our annual state of Tennessee camp. And I thought maybe you guys might be interested in seeing a little bit of it, and I was going to bring you along. So hope you enjoy it. I hope it's something that you like seeing. Not everybody gets to see this. I'll take some video of some of the competitions and the shelters, and just give you a feel of what it's like. So stick around, it'll be fun. So here we are coming in. This is our camp that we go to every year. It's a private camp. Camp Ridgedale. It's a nice little place to go. A little bit back in here. Let me try to get the camera better. I'll show you everything that I have packed up in the truck, and I'll show you unpacking it and setting up the tent and everything, and you'll get a feel for how big a deal this is. That's better. It's a nice place. It's quiet, secluded, lots of woods. We made a lot of improvement over the years since we've been coming here. Like this part here, this used to be really deep. It was a little seasonal stream. You can kind of see how it's still somewhat seasonal, but they've backfilled a lot of that and made it much easier to drive in here. Before, it was really bad. And even though this is a primitive camp, they do have facilities. We've got a bathhouse with showers and everything, so we might be dirty, nasty mountain men, but we clean up really good. You can see it takes a little bit to get back in here. And here we are at the camp. There's the main building. We don't use that at all. Oh, we already got somebody set up. I kind of thought I was going to be the first one, but guess not.
Arriving at Camp Ridgedale 1.
GPS got me here. And that's the ball field. They asked that we don't drive across that, so we have to swing down by here. And we'll get set up. There's the fire pit area. That's where we have our big council fire every night. So I'm going to set up right over there. Drive around here under the trees. And always have that little deer stand right behind my tent. All right, we'll show you unpacking and setting up. Stick around. right, we got the back of the truck unloaded. You can see you got stuff everywhere. There's tarp, we got to put down that. This is some of the stuff for the shelter. And here's the 2 boxes for the shelter. One is for the top and one is for the walls. There's all the stakes, or the poles. And then there's some ropes in that top one. So next we're going to set up the shelter. Stick around. We still have a ton of stuff in the front of the truck. That's more personal gear that goes in once we get the tent set up. So stick around. All right, so we put down the floor first, and that kind of gave me an indication of where the tent will be. Put up the 4 corners, and now we're going to put up the center pole. And then we'll fill in with the poles along the edge. But for now, we're almost there. We got a nice roof. We just need to put a center pole in it. So stick around. All right, now we got the center pole up. You can see it's a nice one-man tent, 16 by 16. It's called a marquee, and you see the scallops on the side. This is a center pole marquee. It's got 1 pole in the middle, and then it's got a ton of perimeter poles around the outside. There are other marquees that has a ridge pole across, so they'll be more rectangular instead of square. This one's square. And then once you get all the wall poles up, then you hang the wall sections. They hang off a rope. It's right there. See, they got little metal hooks, and they hang off of that rope. But that's why you have to put the sidewall poles up before you hang the walls. So gonna take a little break. That's a lot of work for one person, especially an old fat man like me. So we're gonna take a little pause, get in the shade, get a drink, take it easy, and then we'll work on the rest of the poles. Stick around. I think you liking this so far? Anyway, it's different. Probably most of you never seen it. So stick around. We'll be right back. right, so now we got all the perimeter walls or poles up. Now it's time to hang the walls. So stick around. All right, so the shelter is all set up. I left the opening here untied. The walls still need to be tied together at the corner, but I just wanted to show you. It's got lots of room on the inside. I mean, it's 16 foot by 16 foot, so that's a good bit of room. You just have to, you know, it's very configurable too. So each wall is separate, as you saw in the video, setting it up. So that'll be my back door. It goes to the woods. And if it gets hot, I can take a wall down and let it blow through, which I might have to do that because it's pretty warm right now. So I'm gonna probably open up this back corner and let some air get through here. Now all I have to do is get all the rest of my inside stuff and put it in here, set up my cot, set up my sleeping bag and all that, and we're good to go. All right, so here's the final setup. Got the awning up. It's only a sun awning. It's not good for rain. I'll show you why. The way this is set up, if it rains, water's going down here, it's going to run inside. So that doesn't work. So here's the inside. Pretty roomy, pretty nice. I got my cot set up. Got sheets and a blanket. Got my CPAP over there with my Blue Eddy power supply. Miscellaneous totes full of miscellaneous stuff. Got my table that I made. This chair, I didn't make that. That was a purchase. Got the cooler for drinks and food. And that's about it. Got the candle lanterns. Candle lanterns up. Everything's looking good. I think we're ready. Ready for the camp out. It's a lot of work for a 3-day camp out. Just saying. And don't forget the mosquitoes and the bugs at the top. That's fun. See them? Yeah, that's good times. So I'll show you more as the camp goes on. This is the first day, and this was everybody gets set up. Tonight, everybody should be set up and have their kerosene lanterns going and everything. Should look a lot better. So we'll film some then, show you that. So stick around. Wait for tonight or tomorrow. I don't know how well this is going to show up, but it's first night. You can see the shelters with the kerosene lanterns flickering. I think that's a Coleman lantern inside of that one. That one's pretty bright. I'll show you all the tents tomorrow in the daylight. The moon is really bright. This guy's just sitting around. This is what it's all about, the fellowship.
I've already didn't like it.
People sitting around the fire, just enjoying each other's company. All right, it's Friday morning. Most people are set up. I'll give you a view of the camp and all the different shelters. People cooking breakfast.
All right, Jim, I'm going to take this sausage off. Put it in there with the bacon. Yeah, I am.
We still have One truck and trailer in the campsite. That's pretty much it. Down over here on this side is where we have our events. So our competition is throwing knife and hawk and shooting bow and arrow and muzzleloader rifles. Let me zoom up a little bit, see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see the archery targets, and that's the knife and hawk archery. This is where the muzzleloader is going to be. Anyway, it was cool last night. Hope it doesn't get any cooler. But yeah, it's been great so far. I think we're expecting a few more folks to show up today, and it's going to be a good event. All right, this is the second night. We're getting things ready for our evening council fire service, which is basically like a church service. This year's going to be a skit at the beginning, and hopefully I'll get to film that. And then we get into a message and basically a devotion. And it's all around this kind of fire. This is called a council fire. It burns from the top like a candle and stays lit for longer. So we're about to get started. People are starting to get rounded up. It's almost dark. It doesn't show it in here. It looks a lot brighter than it really is. But yeah, we're going to get started here soon.
I wanted to share with you from 2 Timothy, one of my favorite verses. I fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Just like the guys coming in and that. They fought the good fight, but they had to keep the faith like he did with his magic sand. Sometimes that fight isn't that easy to do. That fight can be temptation. It can be bill collectors. It can be things you didn't plan on. The devil's always there fighting to get you. And you know, when the devil's leaving you alone, that's the time you really need to think, am I following Jesus?
All right, this is Saturday morning. This is the last day of the event. Council fire burned down good, and what we're going to do today is have a award ceremony for all the competition. That'll be done at that table, and then also we'll have an auction for the benefit missions. So that's on the agenda, and then like 11 o'clock we'll be dismissed. Everybody can go home. So pretty good event today. It's been good. Well, this ends the district trace for volunteer chapter in Tennessee. We had a good event. Wasn't as many people there as we would have hoped, but all the people there were good people, and it was a good time. So we're kind of tired, gonna hit on the road and get home. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed seeing this different aspect of this type of camping, and I hope you enjoyed it. So hit the like, subscribe, and all that stuff. You know what to do. And don't forget, His way is the best way. We'll see you next time. God bless.